How is it going, forex traders? Welcome everyone. I welcome everybody back into this fantastic trading channel, one of the best trading channel you'll ever see out here on YouTube. So this week, as you normally do, this is another week for chart time episode, whereby we come on here and analyze markets for each for ourselves. You know what? Let's make money together. All the problems we are facing in the market, you are going to get everything solved here. So without wasting much of our time, I'll take you guys into my screen now together. Let's see everything. But right before then, I want you to do one thing: smash the subscribe button. Make sure you follow us on all our medias so you don't get to miss out on any juicy information we might be dropping anytime. So smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and I will see you guys there. Welcome guys. I welcome each and every one of us. I welcome each and every one of us into my screen. Alright, so without wasting much of our time, you know how we do it. You know how we do it. So the first pair we analyze is the DXY. Okay, we analyze the dollar index itself. The dollar index is just like the Google map that gives us direction on all our other peers, right? On all our other peers. Okay, once we have a good understanding with DXY, we have no problem again. We are what we are very all of this rubbish. Once we have a good understanding with the DXY, we are what? We are good with all other peers. We are very, very good with all other peers. So, I said we now have a fresh analysis on all our peers, right? We have a fresh analysis on all our peers. So, if you are looking at the DXY and if you have been following us very, very well on our YouTube channel, you would see it right here that our DXY is not looking like it's used to. Okay, this DXY is kind of different, and that was because we have fresh analysis on it. All right, so lately, what's all these notifications all about? So recently, what has been going on with the DXY? If you check our last video on our YouTube channel, I explained. In fact, I did a full top-down analysis on DXY here on YouTube. So what the last video you are going to see it there, right? You are going to see it there. So now this is it here. Okay, so what has been happening on DXY? I won't go too deep into it. I just want to give us an idea of how what we are going to be what to be looking out for. So here is it right. Here is it right. So there was one time we were okay. Let me take us to weekly time frame. There was one time we were talking about this double bottom around somewhere around here, right? Let me zoom in so you see very well. That's why we were talking about this double bottom. So we're looking forward to like buy. Then we saw a double top on daily time frame, which was this, you know. Okay, so why all those are happening is that we now have a major zone. So this double top formed on a major zone, and ever since then the DXY has been pointing to the downside. All right, has been pointing to the downside. So lately we have a trend line here, right? This trend line I got it from the monthly time frame. If you check our last analysis, you are going to see everything there. So for the very first time, we broke below the trend line. Alright, we broke below the trend line. We had daily candles closing below the trend line, and also this support. This support right here. We now have a candles, not just any candle, daily time frame candles closing below that support. So what we are going to be watching out for is very, very simple. Okay, so first thing first, DXY is now back in its downtrend. DXY is now trending back towards the downside. Bear that in mind. So be looking for opportunities to sell on DXY. And if DXY is moving to the downside, pairs like Euro USD is what is going to move to the upside. Pairs like GBP also to the upside. Pairs like USD CHF are going to be pointing to the downside. Why is because USD CHF, the USD is the base currency. Euro USD, the USD is what is the code currency. So if you know how your base and code currency very well, you will understand what I'm talking about here. Okay. So yeah, that's that about what about DXY. We now have a break below this big huge counter trend line that has been preventing the DXY from falling lower to the downside. Alright, so we now have a break. So you can't expect the trade for it to just break and be going like that. No, it has to respect this trend line and also this zone here. So we need a form of a retest. So another confluence here is that on the daily time frame, if you bring out your Fibonacci to plot it, because we are in a downtrend, so we are going to be plotting it from the recent high to the recent low. That is how to use your Fibonacci in a downtrend. So this is the recent high, take it from there and drag it to the recent low. You observe that we are having our fib resistance to be at where? To be at exactly where we are waiting for the trade to come and retest. Alright. So if I just go ahead and click Fibonacci now. So we're expecting DXY to do something like this. So something like to get some to a place like this at least before we then see what? Before we then see further collapse to the what? To the to the downside. Right? To the downside. However, if that happen, where are we going to be watching out for to make decisions based on our take profit? First of all, this black bar here, this very first one here, that the DXY has been playing around since a while now. You have to watch out for it. Then this green zone, take your first profit. Alright, that is what the green zone stands for, because it is the extension of the what of this Fibonacci we have in here. So take some profit here, break even your trade. Also, this black bar, you also have to watch out for it very, very seriously. Okay. However, this should be our next full take profit. But I'm telling you for free right now that this trade can either get with this green bar or this black bar, and anything can happen. So this green bar and this black bar, what you have to be very, very careful around them. The green bar is 94.429, while the black bar is 92.854. So you have to watch out. However, this place here is our next major zone. This 90.000. That is a very fantastic roundup number. So that is all about DXY. Okay, a very quick one. That is all about DXY. Moving on, I think I also have something nice on Euro USD. And if you know me very well, I have been saying this is all this why that Euro USD and the dollar index, which is DXY, they are inverse of each other. Anything happening on Euro USD is also happening on DXY. If we are having double top on Euro USD, you are going to be having double bottom on DXY. It is just the inverse of each other, just like when you flip something upside down. That is how it works. So you are going to see right here that, okay, I'm coming. Let me give a quick recap on what is happening on Euro USD lately. First and foremost, we have been in a nice uptrend on Euro USD. Remember, we are in a nice downtrend on DXY. So if you are moving downward on the DXY, we are going to be moving upward in Euro USD. That is how it works. That is why they say they are inverse of each other. So and trade move from zone to zone, from this zone to this zone, from this zone to this zone. So Euro USD has cleared this zone, Now we are looking forward to this next zone here. So on this zone, we had a break and a retest, which is expected, of course. And what we've seen, okay, let me zoom in. So we've seen nice uptrend ever since then. This is high, this is low, higher low. We're supposed to have higher high here, but for some reason and for a while, for like some months, we were in a short range. Yeah, let us call it short range on Euro USD. We were just ranging around here, because you see that after we had this high, we had this low, we had this higher high, we had this higher low. We're supposed to have higher high somewhere around here, but that didn't happen. The trade got here, got here, stop, come here again, come here again. This is just a clear example of a range. That is why range is also called sideways movement. It is neither going up nor coming down. It's just moving sideways. All right, it's just moving sideways. So this is sideways movement. So for the very first time, this bar here is the peak of the range. All right, this is on weekly time frame. Don't forget. So this is the peak of the range here, and for the very first time, we had a candle that closed above the peak of that range. That is a very, very nice information to us. All right, a very cool information to us, because it now seems that USD is now ready to move after it has ranged for about 6 months, I guess, because this green candle was the first candle that entered the range. This happened around 23rd of June, and this first candle that broke and closed above it happened January 19 of this year. So if you calculate June to January, that should be around 6 7 months or thereabout. You see, that is kind of massive. Okay, that is enough. USD, please, it's time for you to trend. Okay, so now we've seen a what? This is on weekly time frame. We had the very first bullish candle closing above the range happen to be a weekly candle that closed bullish engulfing. It closed bullish engulfing, weekly bullish engulfing candle. That is a very fantastic information. All right, so that is the very first candle we are what having that is closing above the top of the range. You see it right here. All right, so this is a green candle bullish engulfing, weekly bullish engulfing candle. That's very nice. And last week as well, we had another candle close above it. So for the peak of the range, you cannot expect it to just break and keep going. No, it does not happen that way. We need a what? We need a retest. So now, as we are waiting for a retest on DXY, we are also waiting for a retest on Euro USD. Are you not seeing how they align? Are you not seeing how they align? So we are expecting something like this on on Euro USD. Sorry, not as deep as this actually. Anything can happen though, but at least the deep should be something here. Then you should see what you should see a boom to the upside. That is my outlook on Euro USD. If that should happen, I see this. I'm going to plot out my counter trend line. Any candle, the first bullish engulfing candle on 4 hour closing above my counter trend line, I'm in for a buy on Euro USD. All right. And where am I buying to? This is obviously the next zone. This green candle marks my first take profits. Why this black bar here is our next major zone. So I'll just pick a roundup number. This 1.2300, 1.2300. I'll make it my full take profit on Euro USD. So that should be around that should be around 4 to 500 pips. That's very juicy and nice. Okay, so I've given you hints on DXY and on Euro USD. These are going to be very fantastic, and all this outlook we are watching out for are likely to happen this week that is about to open. All right, this week that is about to open. Okay, they are likely to happen there. So I mean, we should be making money very soon. All right, very soon we should be making some money. All right, so I know it's the month of love. So happy new month to everyone. My bad, my bad. Happy new month to everyone. I know some of you guys want to take your girlfriend on whatever. So make sure you make the money here, so you'll be able to what? You'll be able to fulfill that your plan for your girl. You know. All right, that's by the way. That's by the way. So I'm going to stop it right here. I'm going to stop it right here. So I will see you guys same place, same host, same location. This time next coming week, we are going to be having the next episode on chat time. So for this week, do with this, enjoy, make sure you make money. And one thing again, I'm going to tell you is what? Subscribe to the channel, right? Subscribe to the channel. I mean, this is where you want to be. This is the exact place you want to be. Okay, subscribe to the channels, watch our past analysis, watch how we analyze it, watch how we killed the market. Everything was analyzed so perfect. Okay, so perfect. And for this year, from the beginning of this year, we had fresh analysis on all our peers. So everything is what all these things are analyzed fresh. All these things are analyzed fresh. So everything is very cool, and we are good to go. Okay, we are still on daily time frame. Let me just check something real quick. I should just bring up my Fibonacci, plot it like this. What can we see? Okay, since we're in an uptrend, it's going to be what from the recent low to the recent high. Remember, in a downtrend, it's going to be from the recent high to the recent low. So if you just take a look at it like this, you're going to see that we have our flip support around the area that we are watching out to buy. This is another conference. This is an extra conference. So I wish you guys a successful week, profitable week. Come here and share your testimonial. Anyhow it is, we are what? We are transparent here. If the trade went south, that is, if the trade goes against us, I will still come on here and tell you guys exactly how it went. So till then, stay safe, guys. See you till then. Bye. Take care. Remember to subscribe to the channel so you don't get to miss out on any juicy things we are giving out. So bye. Thank you.